Prabhuji.
Yes,
Thank you.
Mother.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for kindly joining in Varsity Foundation platform. Today we have His Grace Gaurang Darshan Prabhuji at our Parsati Foundation platform. He is a Diksha disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. He is a spiritual author and Shastric teacher. He is the Dean of Bhaktivedanta Vidyapit at ISKCON Govardhan Eco Village. He is a member of ISKCON Board of Examinations, ISKCON India Scholars Board, and the GV Administrative Council. Prabhuji holds a master's degree in systems science and automation from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. His corporate career extended about 2 years, during which he has worked for Force Motors and TCS Innovation Labs in the capacity of a researcher. During his brief academic and professional tenure, he had achieved the rare distinction of publishing over 10 technical papers in the areas of language and speech processing. At GEV, he displayed his repertoire of skills involving himself in the areas like media, web design, content writing, creative design, construction, event management, Shastric education, and teaching. Since then, he has been leading the intense 2 year study course on the traditional Bhakti literatures like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prabhuji has authored over 20 books, including the Subodhini series of study guides, Pravah series of storybooks, self-enrichment books like Bhagavad Vivek, and disapproved but not disowned, and children books like Illustrated Bhagavatam Tales, Bhagavad Subodhini. We are very fortunate and privileged to have you here, Prabhuji. I request everybody to please chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Vanchakalpatarubhishya kripa sindhubhyo
Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Over to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Om Ajnanatimiraandhasya Gnananjanashalaakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namah. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatari. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna. My humble obeisances to all the devotees who have assembled for this program. My gratitude to Parthasarathi Foundation, who has been conducting these spiritual gatherings and who has invited me here. I express my gratitude to all the organizers of this event. So today we will be discussing about Lord Narsimha Dev, his glories and some glories of his dear devotee Prahlad Maharaj also, on the occasion of the upcoming auspicious event festival Narsimha Chaturdasi. So Lord Narsimha Dev is known as the ultimate and supreme protector of his devotees. So the Lord's one of the names of the Lord is Sattvatam Patihi. Sattvatam Pati means the protector of devotees, the master of devotees. Sattvata means devotees. So the Lord, time to time, he appears in various incarnations to do paritranaya sadhuna, vinashaya cha dushkritam, dharma samsthapanarthaya, to establish dharma, to protect righteous people, and to also annihilate miscreants like Hiranyakashipu. The Lord appears on this planet time to time. So we need to understand that it is out of the Lord's supreme kindness that we get to see Him and be protected by Him. So, Narasimha Dev is popularly known as the supreme protector of all his devotees. So we often sing, every day we sing Narsimha Arati, that bhajan that glorifies Narasimha Dev's protective ability. And whenever devotees are in some troubles or even otherwise also, they always depend on Narasimha Dev for protection. So just to protect one devotee, Prahalad Maharaj, the Lord has appeared in the form of Narasimha Dev, who is a combination of a human being and a lion, right? So his form is very unusual. So this kind of incarnation you don't see generally, but the Lord appeared in this form just to fulfill the desires of his devotees. So there is a beautiful shloka in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, Satyam vidhatam nijabhritya bhashitam vyaptam cha bhuteshvakhileshu chatmanah adrishyatatyadbhuta rupamudvahan stambhe sabhayam namrugam na manusham. Satyam vidhatam nijabhritya bhashitam. So just to make the words of his devotees true, the Lord has appeared as Narasimha Dev. Satyam, make it true. Vidhatam nijabhritya bhashitam. Nijabhritya means his own servant, his own devotee. Who is that devotee? Prahalad. Primarily Prahalad. So Prahalad Maharaj said that my Lord is everywhere. My Lord Hari, my Lord Vishnu is everywhere. Then Hiranyakashipu challenged Prahalad, saying that if your Lord is everywhere, is he there in this pillar also? Why can't I see him in this pillar? Then Prahalad said, of course you will see in this pillar. My Lord is everywhere. Yato yato yami tato narasimha. So to make the statement of Prahalad true, the Lord appeared from the pillar. So Hiranyakashipu, outraged Hiranyakashipu, just took his fist and then punched on the pillar in his assembly hall. The pillar got opened with a tumultuous sound, and Lord Narasimha Dev has appeared from the pillar. So vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmanah. The Lord is present everywhere, in all the living entities, in all elements. He is present in every nook and corner of the entire universe. The Lord is not only present within the hearts of living beings, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. He says, Sarvasya chaham hridu sannivishto mattah smritirjnanam apohanam cha. Sarvasya chaham hridu sannivishto. I stay within the hearts of all living beings. He also says, Ishvaraha sarva bhutanam hriddeshe arjuna tishthati. So Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, stays within the hearts of all living beings. So that we know. However, a conviction on this fact comes when we hear about the life and history of pure devotees like Prahalad Maharaj. So Prahalad had complete conviction on this. So his statement is not just an information level or a knowledge level. It's on the conviction level. It's on the realization level. So Prahalad says confidently that my Lord is everywhere. Inside he was not doubtful. Oh, I told him that he's everywhere. I told him that he's in pillar also. If my father breaks this pillar and if he doesn't see the Lord, what will happen to my word? So Prahalad had absolutely no such doubts in the mind. He was completely confident. My Lord is everywhere. If he wants, he can be present everywhere. He can manifest from anywhere. So vyaptincha bhuteshu akileshu chatmanah. So the Lord is present everywhere. So to prove this statement made by Prahalad, Lord Narasimha has appeared. Adrishyata atyadbhuta rupamudvahan. He appeared in a most wonderful form which is never seen before. Stambhe sabhayam namrugam namanusham. He appeared from the pillar of the assembly hall. And namrugam namanusham. He is neither a human being nor an animal. Mruga is animal, lion here, Mrugaraj. So now Krishna told Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, shloka is Apichet suduracharo bhajati mamananya bhat sadhureva samantavyaha samyak vyavasito hi saha and kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhaktah pranashyati. O Kaunteya, O Arjuna, please go and declare boldly that my devotee will never perish. So Krishna said that to Arjuna. And he wanted Arjuna to declare that. He did not declare himself because Krishna gives more importance to the words of his devotees than his own words. So now Prahalad is saying that I declare that my Lord is everywhere. To make the words of Prahalad true, the Lord appeared from the pillar. So, although the Lord might sometimes compromise on his own words if needed as a part of his pastime, but the Lord will never fail to protect the words of his devotees. That is his extreme kindness on his devotees. Just like you see in the Kurukshetra war, Bhishma has taken a vow. Tomorrow, I'm going to kill Arjuna. I will kill all the Pandavas. Unless Krishna picks up a weapon against his vow, I will kill Pandavas. I will kill Arjuna. So Krishna has taken a vow that I am not going to pick up any weapon in Kurukshetra war. I will be just an advisor, as a supporter. But seeing Bhishma fighting with great valor and seeing Arjuna on the verge of death, almost. So Krishna picked up a Ratha Chakra, a chariot wheel, and charged against Bhishma. Why? For Krishna, Arjuna's life is more important. For Krishna, Bhishma's vow is more important than his own vow. So in this way, the Lord gives more importance to his devotees than he takes for himself. So Prahalad said that my Lord is everywhere, even in pillar. So to make the words of Prahalad true, the Lord appeared from the pillar. And formerly, Hiranyakashipu was Jaya. You know, Jaya and Vijaya are the two doorkeepers of Vaikuntha. They have been cursed by the four Kumaras. Because of that curse, they came to the material world in the form of demons for 3 lifetimes. In the first lifetime, they became Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. In the second lifetime, they have become Ravana and Kumbhakarna. In the third life, they appeared as Shishupala and Dantavakra. Now, Hiranyakashipu is formerly Jaya, the doorkeeper of Vishnu in Vaikuntha. So, he did some tapasya to please Lord Brahma, and he prayed that he should not die from any created living being inside a house or outside a house or on the earth or in the sky or with any weapon by any animal or a human being or a devata, etc., etc. You know, all the protocols that Hiranyakashipu had set in his benedictions, in the boons that he had asked from Lord Brahma. So Hiranyakashipu is also a devotee, okay, formerly, not in this lifetime, but earlier he was a devotee. He was a devotee who was acting like a demon. So to participate in the Lord's pastimes. So the Lord also had to fulfill the desires of Hiranyakashipu. He has to fulfill the words of Hiranyakashipu, right? That's why he appeared in this form. Then third, Lord Brahma has given all the boons to Hiranyakashipu. That Hiranyakashipu cannot be killed in this way, that way, this way, that way. So Brahma is also a devotee. So Lord Vishnu had to fulfill the desires of Lord Brahma also. Means fulfill the words of Brahma also. So by appearing in the form of Narasimha Dev, the Lord has fulfilled the words of Prahlada, Hiranyakashipu, and Brahma. And there's one more devotee, Narada Muni. Okay, so Narada Muni told that the child in Kayadu's womb cannot be killed by anyone. So in the like when Hiranyakashipu was doing his austerities, then so many devatas came. Devatas headed by Indra came to kidnap Kayadu and kill Prahlad Maharaj, little boy. So Narada Muni came there and told, "Oh, this boy cannot be killed. He's a devotee of Vishnu. Although he is taking birth as the son of a demon, he is going to be a great Mahabhagavata devotee. So you cannot kill him." So Narada Muni made this statement. So the Lord had to fulfill this statement. So in this way, the very appearance of Narasimha Dev is dependent on his own mood of protecting the words of his devotees. So Narasimha Dev is the protector of his devotees. He not only protects the devotees from different calamities, he also protects the words of his devotees, pure devotees. So Narasimha Dev appeared in the form of a half man and half lion incarnation to make the words of Prahlada, Hiranyakashipu, Brahma, and Narada true. Okay, so Hiranyakashipu saw the Lord and he became so astonished. And you know what happened? Lord Narasimha Deva fought with Hiranyakashipu, and eventually he fought till evening. And in the evening time, he killed not inside a house or outside a house, at the entrance of the house, not on the earth, not in the sky, at a little height above the ground level. Okay, and not with any weapon, with his mere nails, not in the form of a human being or a devata or a lion or whatever. He appeared in the form of a half man and half lion incarnation and killed him. Right? Not during the daytime or the night time, during the Sandhya time, the evening time. I don't know how Prahlad, although Hiranyakashipu had set so many protocols in his boons, he forgot this little logic. If I cannot be killed in this, killed in the daytime or night time, there is some Sandhya time. So he did not say that in the benediction. So I should not be killed on the earth or in the sky. It's something in middle also. He forgot that. So in this way, although Hiranyakashipu was so intelligent in asking all these benedictions, still Hiranyakashipu was not as intelligent as the Lord, isn't it? So sometimes the conditioned soul may think that I am so smart, I can avoid death, I can do this, I can do that by my intelligence. But who can defeat the intelligence of the Lord? So the Lord will find some way or the other, without compromising on your boons or your policies, he can still kill. So Hiranyakashipu was killed in this way. So we see that the Lord protects his devotees' words, and Lord Narasimha Dev also protects his devotees through saintly association. So let's go back in Prahlad Maharaj's story. So Prahlad Maharaj, he got the opportunity to hear Krishna Katha right within the womb of his mother. So how many children get the opportunity to hear something about the Supreme Lord while they are staying within the wombs of their mothers? Okay? But Prahlad got that opportunity. When Kayadu, Prahlad's mother, was pregnant and Hiranyakashipu was away from the palace, then all the devatas came to kidnap Kayadu and kill little Prahlad, who was within the womb. So they wanted to wait till the mother gives birth to the child, and once the child is born, they wanted to kill. But why? Because they thought that Hiranyakashipu was a great demon, and the son of a demon will also become a demon. He will also torment all the people in this world. So let us kill him. Then Narada Muni came and said, no, you cannot kill him. He will not be killed, first point. Second point is, he is a pure devotee. He is not an ordinary personality. He will become a pure devotee. He is a Mahabhagavad devotee. Don't just misunderstand him, thinking that because he is a son of a demon, he will also be a demon. It's not necessary. That one who is born in a certain species or certain community may not always adopt the qualities of such people, right? They may still have purity in their thoughts. So bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya, Narada Muni protected Kayadu and took her to his ashram. And as pregnant Kayadu was sitting there, Narada Muni came and started speaking so many spiritual subject matters. But Kayadu was very anxious. She was so anxious about the safety of her husband and her child that she could not focus on what Narada Muni taught him. Okay, although she got the opportunity to hear Krishna Katha from a pure devotee like Narada Muni, still Kayadu was not fortunate enough to concentrate on that Katha. So many times people may sit in spiritual gatherings, they may participate in Krishna Katha, they may participate in some festivals, but unless one has the right kind of consciousness and focus and concentration and determination to nourish oneself from the spiritual vibrations, one will not advance in devotional service, right? But here Prahlad Maharaj has no anxiety. Prahlad was within the womb of Mother Kayadu. He had absolutely no anxiety. Kayadu was anxious about her husband. When will my husband return? Already the devatas came and attacked my child. What will happen to my child? So like that, she was anxious about her husband and son. But Prahlad did not have any anxiety. So that's why Prahlad Maharaj was able to focus on what Narada Muni was speaking. And he nourished himself with this Krishna Katha and he became a pure devotee. So this is the greatness of saintly association. By the mercy of Narsimha Dev, Prahlad got this opportunity to associate with Narada Muni and he himself became a pure devotee. So bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya. So devotional service can be awakened by devotional service only. The bhakti within the heart of Prahlad Maharaj had manifested because of the bhakti within the heart of Narada Muni. So a person's bhakti will inspire bhakti in another person. So that's the greatness of the process of bhakti. So the Lord has arranged for Prahlad to associate with Narada Muni. So now, even when the Lord manifested in front of Prahlad and killed Hiranyakashipu and told him, ask any benediction that you want. You know what Prahlad said? He asked for saintly association. Oh Lord, because of the saintly association of Narada Muni, I got little devotion. So I request you to continue to shower upon me that opportunity to associate with saintly devotees. That's the most precious benediction or boon that one can ask for. Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupi kamabhikamamanuyaha prapatan prasangat kritvatmasat sudarshina bhagavan grihitaha soham katham nu visruje tava bhritya sevam. Here Prahlad Maharaj says in his prayers that, oh Lord, only because of the association with Narada Muni, all my material desires are destroyed, material desires are destroyed, and I have developed some devotion for you. So otherwise, I was falling in the blind well full of snakes. Evam janam nipatitam prabhava ahikupe. I'm just falling into this blind well of snakes. What is this blind well of snakes? Material existence. Materialistic life is compared with a blind well which is filled with so many ferocious and poisonous snakes. Okay. So, but Narada Muni saved me. So how can I give up my association with Narada Muni? How can I give up service to Narada Muni? Please allow me to associate with him and render service to him. So the first duty of a devotee is to serve the devotees of the Lord. Okay. So the Lord protects us through not only his Kaumudaki Gada, not only with his Sudarshana Chakra, he also protects us through the association of devotees. So keeping us in the association of devotees is the greatest form of protection that the Lord can give to all of us. Right? So it's not just protection from some material calamity. Material calamity can destroy our material body at the max. Nothing more happens. So material calamity comes, somebody's hand may go, somebody's leg may go, somebody may become sick, somebody may die. Okay. So material calamity can destroy the material body at the max, but no material calamity can spoil the spiritual consciousness of a determined devotee. A devotee who is determined in the path of bhakti yoga will never compromise on his Krishna consciousness despite having encountered so many material difficulties. So you can see that in the example of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad was attacked by his own father. His own father appointed so many demons to kill Prahlad, little Prahlad, by snakes, by elephants, throwing him in fire, giving him poison, throwing him from mountain cliffs. So like that, in various ways, his own father tried to kill Prahlad, little Prahlad, 5-year-old child. But Prahlad Maharaj was completely focused on his devotion towards Lord Narsimha. So the Lord protected him from all kinds of calamities. But the real protection offered by Narsimha to Prahlad is not protection from the demons and the weapons and the fire and water or elephants or snakes. The real protection offered by Narsimha to Prahlad is protection of his consciousness. Prahlad's determination in devotional service has never slackened despite encountering hundreds and thousands of difficulties in his life, even as a small 5-year-old child. Right? So the determination in devotional service, the inspiration to perform bhakti unto Krishna has been protected by the Lord. So we need to pray to Lord Narasimha to save, to protect our devotional consciousness. Oh Lord, somehow or the other, I have entered this path of bhakti by the grace of great devotees like Prabhupada and his representatives. So may I not misuse my independence and lose this opportunity to practice bhakti. May I not misuse my free will and offend devotees. May I not lose this opportunity to associate with devotees. So these are the prayers that we need to offer to Narasimha. So we got this precious opportunity to be with devotees and to serve devotees, to associate with devotees, to hear Krishna Katha in that association of devotees. So let us value it and let us pray to Lord Narasimha to protect our inspiration. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Ananyaschintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. So one who always thinks of Krishna and worships the transcendental form of Krishna will receive all protection from the Supreme Lord, Krishna. Yogakshemam vahamyaham. Yogakshemam vahamyaham means yoga is our attempt to practice bhakti yoga. Okay. So Krishna protects our inspiration to perform that bhakti. Kshema means the prosperity or the protection that the Lord gives in reciprocation with our devotional service. Yoga is our approach towards Krishna. Kshema is Krishna's reciprocation to that approach. But when Krishna says Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham, he is promising that I take care of your needs, but I also will take care of your inspiration to practice bhakti yoga. Right? So it's not that we practice bhakti, we perform bhakti, and then the Lord will reciprocate with our bhakti. That's correct. But the Lord also protects our bhakti. Bhakti is not just our own attempt. So bhakti, we perform bhakti means doing Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, this and that, doing various services to the Lord. It's not completely, it's our responsibility only. Yes, it is our responsibility, no doubt about that. But still, our being able to do these various limbs of bhakti is also inspired by the Lord and protected by the Lord and facilitated by the Lord. Okay, we desire to perform bhakti, but all the facilities and inspiration and guidance in performing bhakti comes from the Lord. So when we are performing devotional service, the credit completely does not belong to us. It belongs to the Lord also, isn't it? So the Lord protects our inspiration in bhakti, and then He gives us the result of our bhakti. Result is Krishna consciousness ultimately. That's why Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krishna padambujam Nimdantu priya bandhava gurujana Grihnantu munchantu va Durvadam parighoshayantu banuja Vamshe kalankostu va Tadrik prema dharanu raga madhuna Bhattayamanantu me Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi. My chitta, Prahlad Maharaj's chitta, consciousness does not deviate from Hari Bhakti, Hari Smaranam, Krishna Smaranam, even for one moment. Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi. Sri Krishna padambujam. Nimdantu priya bandhava gurujana. Grihanantu munchantu va. Let my priya bandhava, let my own relatives and Gurujana, my teachers or my elders, my own father, let all of them criticize me, blaspheme me, chastise me, hate me, try to kill me, but I will not give up my bhakti. Nindantu priya bandhava Gurujana, grihnantu munchantu va. Let them accept me or reject me, but I will not leave Krishna. Durvadam parighoshayantu banuja vamshe kalankostu va. Durvadam, let common people gossip about me. That, oh, Prahlad Maharaj, who is such a great demon, who is born in great demonic dynasty, has become devotee of Lord Hari. My God, so shameful. So some demons were commenting on Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu, Shanda and Amarka, the teachers of Prahlad, they were chastising Prahlad. And other demons were just astonished. Oh, he's a devotee. How can such a great father have this kind of son? So they were spreading gossip. Durvadam parighoshayantu banuja vamshe kalankostu va. And Shanda and Amarka also said that, oh, Prahlad, you are getting vamsha kalanka. Means you are spoiling the fame of this demonic dynasty. This demonic dynasty is like a sandalwood forest, and Vishnu is like an axe that cuts this sandalwood forest, and you are like the handle of that axe, helping Vishnu. By worshipping Vishnu, you are assisting Vishnu in destroying the demonic dynasty. What kind of demon you are? So you are bringing a ill reputation to the demonic dynasty. Vamshe kalanko stuva Tadrik prema dharanu raga madhuna Tayamanam to me. But still, Prahlad was experiencing the love of Krishna, pure love of Krishna. So he is not deviated from bhakti. So Lord Narsimha Dev protected Prahlad's inspiration to perform bhakti in various ways. Right? So that's the greatest protection that Lord can give. Another protection. So we are discussing how the Lord protects his devotees in various ways. So we have seen so many things till now. The Lord protects us from by saintly association. He offers protection to all of us through saintly association. The Lord also protects us from material calamities. The Lord also protects our inspiration to perform bhakti. The Lord also protects the words of his devotees. When the devotee says something, the Lord tries to fulfill that. And another way of protection that we receive from the Lord is protection from material desires. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. So we develop certain desires according to the association that we keep. So when we associate with bad people, materialistic people, we get material desires. But when we associate with the spiritually elevated people, devotees, we get devotional desires, spiritual desires. So it's a Sangha that matters. So one's desires are inspired and influenced by the association that one keeps. Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha. So the Lord keeps us in the association of devotees and instigates and inspires spiritual desires in all of us. So, and kills our material desires. Prabhupada says that Narasimhadev had killed Hiranyakashipu. Who is Hiranyakashipu? Hiranyakashipu is a personification of material desire. Hiranya means gold. Kashipu means a soft bed. So this gold means wealth and soft bed. They are for the sense gratification of people. They enjoy wealth and with opposite gender. So Hiranyakashipu is a representative of material desires and he is a perfect example of materialistic people who always want to make body comfortable with money and sense gratification. So Narasimhadev had killed Hiranyakashipu. So Narasimhadev kills material desires because Hiranyakashipu is a personification of material desire, a representative of all materialistic people. Narsimhadev had killed him, means he can kill our material desires also. So we should offer prayer to Narasimhadev. Oh Narasimhadev, just as you have killed Hiranyakashipu, you kill all my material desires. Okay. So all these demons that the Lord kills are not just demons, they are symbols of our sinful propensities. Even when Krishna had killed so many demons in Vrindavan, like each demon represents some bad quality. Putana represents a pseudo guru. Trinavarta represents high pride in one's material accomplishments. Shakatasura represents the load-bearing mentality of bad habits, past and new bad habits. So like that, all the demons that are killed by the Lord in various incarnations, they kind of represent some bad qualities. The Lord had killed them, means he would kill those bad qualities in practicing devotees, in all of us. So we need to offer prayer to the Lord to destroy our material desires. So he says, Prahlad Maharaj says in his prayers also, "O Lord, I have seen how futile ayuh shriyam vibhavam indriyam avarincha tasmadamumstanubhritam ahama sishogna ayuh shriyam vibhavam indriyam avirinchat nechami te vilulitan urvikramena kalatmanopanayaman nijabhritya parshvam." So he says, "Oh Lord, I have seen my father having ayu, long lifespan, shriyam, beauty and opulence, vibhavam, lot of influence and control over all the three worlds. But Aindriyam, yes, he has strong senses. But you have destroyed all of them within a moment. So I'm not attached to Ayu, Shriya, Vibhava and Aindriyam. I don't want all this. I just want bhakti. I want opportunity to associate with your devotees. Kalatmanopanayaman nija bhritya parshvam. May I stay close to your bhrityas, your servants." So Prahlad, even at the age of 5, understands the futility of material desires and he requests the Lord to remain a pure devotee for all time to come and not get swayed away by any material desires. Okay. So this is the protection that the Lord offers. Right? I don't want any material desires. I mean, he will kill all the material desires. When Narasimhadev appeared in front of Prahlad, he asked him, "My dear Prahlad, ask whatever you want. Whatever boon you want, you take from me." You know what Prahlad said? "My dear Lord, I am your unalloyed devotee and you are my eternal master. Let our relationship be like this, pure like this only. So I don't want to perform devotional service to you in exchange of some material boons. I'm not a businessman, my dear Lord. I'm not a businessman to exchange my service for some material boons. I don't want that. So please, you remain my eternal master. I'll remain your eternal, unalloyed, unmotivated servant. So when somebody worships the Lord, one's material desires are completely destroyed. And having said this, Prahalad also said, "Oh Lord, anyways, if at all you want to give me any benediction, okay, I request you to destroy all my material desires." That's all I want. So Narasimhadev is the destroyer of material desires. So, and as we all know, Narasimhadev protects us from all fears. Okay, so there is no fear in the presence of Narasimhadev. Prahlad says in his prayers, "Naham bibhemya jitateti bhayanakasya jihvarka netra bharkuti rabhasogratam strat antraha srajah kshatajake shankhukarnan nirhata bhitati bhat aribhinna khagrat." So, Naham bibhemi ajitate ati bhayanakasya. Oh Lord, your form is so ferocious. You are having a ferocious tongue that has blood, and your eyes and your wedge-like ears and your mane and your hairs and your overall expressions, they are very fearsome. But Naham bibhemi, I am not afraid at all. Jihvarka netra bhrukuti rabhasogratam strat. Jihva arka, your tongue is very ferocious. Arka netra, your eyes are like glowing suns. Just imagine you're seeing sun at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right? You cannot just bear, especially if it's summer sun. Okay, you cannot bear that heat, bear that effulgence. You can't look at him even for a few seconds. So Narasimha's eyes are like that. Jihva arka netra bhrukuti rabhasogratam strat, his eyebrows, and his ugratam strat, his sharp teeth. So all these things create fear in the hearts of demons, not devotees. What will devotees think, or what will devotees feel when they see this ferocious form of Narasimhadev? Oh, the Lord has appeared in the form of Narasimhadev to kill all my material desires. So it's like a lion holds a lion cub and holds a lion, holds a deer. So lion cub feels the sense of protection while the deer cub fights for his life. Okay, so similarly, the Supreme Lord offers all protection to his devotees and destroys all demons. So demoniac people cannot derive that protection from the Lord because they don't have the devotional consciousness. So the Lord protects from all fears. So the devotee feels a sense of security in the presence of the Lord, while a demon becomes insecure in the presence of the Lord. Okay. So Narsimhadev destroys all fears. That's another way of protection. And he also protects us from all anarthas. Prahalad offers this prayer. Tasmadrajo raga vishada manyu manasprha bhayadhainyadhi moolam hitva griham samsriti chakravalam Narsimhapadam bhajatam akuto bhayam. Tasmadrajo raga vishada manyu. Raja means passion. Raga means attachment. Vishada means lamentation. Manyu means anger. Manaspraha, false prestige. Bhaya, fear. So this material world and material consciousness is a source of all these anarthas. Hitva, give up all of them. Griham samsriti chakravalam, give up this chakravala, give up this whirlwind or whirlpool like material existence. And Narsimhapadam bhajatam akuto bhayam. You worship the lotus feet of Narasimha to be fearless. If at all you want to be fearless, you must worship Lord Narasimhadev. Prahalad says like this. So when Hiranyakashipu inquired from Prahalad what he considers as the best thing, Prahalad replied that for a man absorbed in so many material anxieties, giving up materialistic life and taking shelter of the Supreme Lord in Vrindavan is the best. Tat sadhu manye suravarya dehinam sada samudvigna dhyama sadgrahat hitvatma patam grahamandhakupam vanam gato yadharimashrayeta. So one has to give up materialistic life and materialistic consciousness. It's not necessary that everyone has to enter a forest only to perform bhakti. One can stay in a temple, one can stay in a city also. But the point is, be in a devotional consciousness. Like that. So then Prahalad Maharaj is a perfect example of remembrance of the Lord. We have so many types of bhakti, right? Means, different processes of devotional service. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnoha Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. So Shravanam means hearing about the Lord. Kirtanam, glorifying the Lord. Smaranam is remembering the Lord. So Prahalad is a great example of Smaranam, this limb of bhakti. So Prahalad Maharaj does this Smaranam, and the Lord protected Prahalad through this Smaranam. Smartavya hasatatam Vishnu abhismartavyo najati sarve vidhi nishedhasya etayor eva kinkaraha. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. These are the two most crucial instructions. Right? Padma Purana and all the other vidhis and nishedhas, rules and regulations in the scriptures are meant to bring us to this point of always remember. So Prahalad is a perfect example of Smarana. So the Lord protected Prahalada through giving him the remembrance. So when we are able to remember the Lord, only with the mercy of the Lord. Okay. So Prahalad's heart was always filled with the thoughts of Krishna. That's why he is described as Krishna Graha Grahitatma. Krishna Graha. He is possessed by Krishna planet. Some people sometimes are possessed by some bad planets. Prahalad is possessed by Krishna planet. Okay, he's always thinking of Krishna. And finally, the Lord protects his devotees through his personal presence. He appeared personally in front of Prahalad. He is not just offering protection to Prahalad from a distance. Okay, I'm here in Vaikuntha. You be there, you remember me, you be happy. You worship me, you be happy. No, if needed, he will personally come to protect us also. So, Lord personally appeared when Hiranyakashipu challenged Prahalad. So, the protection offered by the Lord is beyond any comparison. Prahalad says, Balasya neha sharanam pitaro nrisimha nartasya chagatamudanvati majjato no taptasya tatpratividher yayihanjaseshtah tavad vibhotanubhrutam tvaduprekshitanam. So balasya neha sharano pitaro nrisimha. Parents cannot protect children. Yes, they protect, definitely, but not always. Because sometimes even in the presence of wealthy, popular, influential parents, sometimes children die. Nartasya chagadam. Doctors cannot protect patients, or medicines cannot protect patients sometimes. Many times people die even inside a hospital, in the presence of doctors, in the presence of a great pharmacy that has hundreds and thousands of medicines. Okay, as soon as the tenure of a person within a material body is completed, he has to die. Nobody can protect. Okay. Nartasya chagadam mudanvati majjatono. Protect a strong boat cannot protect a drowning person. Right? Even while traveling in a strong boat, people may just drown in the ocean. Okay. Taptasya tat pratividhir yayihanjaseshtah. The remedial measures that one might take in this world to counteract one's miseries could be even more troublesome also. Okay. So therefore, let us take shelter of Lord Narsimha, who can give us the real protection. So other means of protection are not the real forms of protection. Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya. Namaste Jasatejase Avirbhava Vajra Nakha Vajra Damshtra Karmashayan Randhaya Randhaya Tamo Grasa Grasa Om Swaha Abhayam Abhayam Atmani Bhushta Om Shuru. So this is a prose prayer offered to the Lord, where Prahlad Maharaj says that, "O Lord, you are the source of all power. May you appear in front of us to vanquish all our demon-like desires to enjoy in this material world. Please appear in our hearts to drive away all ignorance. So please protect us from this struggle of existence, struggle for existence in this material world, and make us fearless by instilling faith in yourself." So we have the last 50 minutes or so, we have seen how Lord Narasimha protects us by saintly association, how Narasimha protects the words of his devotees, how Narasimha protects all his devotees from material calamities and from material desires and from all kinds of material fears. And he protects us through his remembrance. He protects us by giving us opportunities to perform bhakti. He protects our words. He protects by his personal presence. So this is the supreme protection offered by the Lord, and this is beyond any comparison. So on this auspicious occasion of upcoming Narsimha Chaturdasi, so let us offer our prayer to Narasimha to protect us in all these ways. And of course, our devotional service should not be motivated. So whether the Lord protects or not, we worship him. But the real protection that the Lord gives is protection of our consciousness more than protection on a material platform. At the max, the greatest loss that we can get on a material platform is loss of this material body. That's all. But the greatest loss that a soul can receive is losing Krishna consciousness. Let us pray to Narasimha to protect our Krishna consciousness always. So, thank you very much. I'll conclude here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Narasimha ki jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for a very nectarian class. You very well explained how the prayers of Shri Prahlad Maharaj, how we should ask to Lord that to take our demon-like material desires away, and then we should always take shelter of Narsimha Dev since he's our ultimate protection. So very, very nectarian class, Prabhuji. Will you have time for question answers, Prabhuji?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. I request everybody to kindly raise your hands. I'll unmute you and then you can ask questions.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisance. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful and nectarian class. Prabhuji, I have two questions. One is, why it is said that when a lady is out of order, then she should not recite Narsimha Kavacha. And my second question is, who was Prahlad Maharaj in his past life? Because of his, he became a great pure devotee and he was protected by Lord Narsimha himself. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. First question, I don't know the answer. I don't know if there is any restriction like that, but I'm not sure about that. But in principle, in all circumstances, we can always remember the Lord and offer prayers to the Lord, whatever may be the external material circumstance. But there may be some protocols which I'm not aware. But in principle, to chant the holy names of the Lord and to offer prayers to the Lord, there should not be any material restrictions. So second question, in the previous life, Prahlad was kind of a prostitute hunter, right? So one day he was having some kind of interaction or negotiation with a woman regarding some payment or whatever. So, but that day happened to be Narsimha Chaturdasi. So that whole night he fasted. That whole night he was just arguing and he did not do anything else. So, because of fasting on Narsimha Chaturdasi, doing Jagaran on Narsimha Chaturdasi, and then somehow restricting himself from that sinful activity, there he got the opportunity to become Prahlad later. However, we need to also understand that Prahlad is an eternal devotee of the Lord. And there are, okay, anyways, so this is the past life of Prahlad. Okay, we'll stop here. Okay, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. But still, okay, Prahlad Maharaj was an internal devotee of Lord Narsimha. But still, is it so simple that being a prostitute hunter and he got the association of Lord Narsimha himself in this present life? So, because yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead.
Because nowadays we see, like, we are also fasting and following all the rules and regulations very properly, but still I don't see it in myself like I am like developing in my devotional service or this. So I'm a little bit confused, Prabhuji. So please clarify me.
Okay. Yes. There are different types of perfection. One is sadhana siddhi, second is kripa siddhi. So sadhana siddha, like we are generally sadhakas, we are performing devotional service, we are practicing bhakti. So one attains perfection by following all the rules and regulations and prescriptions of devotional service, and thus attain perfection in bhakti. So that's like one way. But even without doing all that, sometimes one may get some unparalleled mercy of the Lord, mercy of devotees. For example, Bali Maharaj, he was not a sadhana siddha, he was a kripa siddha. So he got some extreme kripa by Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad, being a pure devotee, he offered a prayer to the Lord that, "Oh Lord, please make my grandson Bali Maharaj into a pure devotee." So the Lord responded to that prayer, and as soon as Bali saw Vamanadev from a distance, from little distance, he immediately got the mood of Atmanivedana, completely surrendered himself to Narasimhadev, Vamanadev. So as soon as you see the Lord, without much of sadhana, without much of background or scriptural study, this and that, how can someone develop such a spontaneous attraction to the Lord and spontaneous inspiration to dedicate oneself completely to the Lord? That is Kripa. So yes, sadhana is one way, Kripa is another way. But that does not mean we keep aside our sadhana and then, okay, wait for Kripa. Okay, let me become a Siddha and a perfect devotee just by receiving some mercy, grace of the Lord and his devotees. I don't have the ability to perform sadhana. Out of humility, my devotee may say like that, but Kripa Siddhi is very rare, and some fortunate souls get that, right? We cannot question, because it is causeless mercy. Because it is causeless mercy, we can't find a cause for it. Okay, so we cannot understand. But our responsibility is to just follow the prescriptions and the regimen offered to us by the acharyas to the best of our ability, and we may get some mercy also. Every now and then we keep getting mercy, right? So that's okay, Mataji. Makes sense.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the elaborating your answers very wonderfully. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Request Manu Mataji to kindly unmute.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Danatnam, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. Very nice nectarian class, Prabhuji. Very nice. Thank you so much. I have a query question. I have a curiosity here that Prahlad Maharaj is a very elevated soul. And we are fallen people, we are still under the three modes of material nature. Prahlad Maharaj didn't ask for protection, and still Narsimha Dev gave him protection. But we have been traumatized every single day by the three modes of material nature, and we start going to Narsimha Dev for petty things, like, honestly petty things, ki car nahi theek hai, bache sunte nahi hai, and all those petty things. As a devotee, what should be, in what mood? I know you said this in the class, and I probably have to go through the YouTube recording one more time to listen to it. But when we are praying to Narsimha Dev, what should be our mood, in the sense that should we focus on the material spiritual, or should we focus on something higher beyond our current circumstances?
Definitely, the current circumstances are temporary, and we need to focus on something permanent. Prema Pumartho Mahan, the highest aspiration of a devotee is to love the Lord, is to develop Krishna Prema. That should be the goal, ideally speaking. So that should be the goal of a devotee, and that's the ultimate prayer of a devotee. However, overcoming some immediate material circumstances and then just getting through them and trying to just get relieved from certain immediate material difficulties becomes our immediate priority. And if that facilitates our coming closer to Krishna, and we pray with that mood, probably that's not wrong. Okay, because Prabhupada writes, generally, a pure devotee does not have any material desires and does not ask the Lord for anything. But circumstantially, a devotee may sometimes seek some help and protection from the Lord. That's what we see in Pandava's day-to-day life. It's not that Pandavas always pray to the Lord to get Krishna Prema only. They already had Krishna Prema. For example, Ashwatthama releases a Brahmastra. Then Arjuna says, "Oh Krishna, what is the source of this effulgence? Why this is happening here? So I am confused." Then Krishna reveals, Ashwatthama released a Brahmastra, Arjuna, you also release a Brahmastra, and with it are both the Brahmastras. It's there in the 7th chapter. So another time, Ashwatthama releases another Brahmastra to kill Parikshit Maharaj in the womb of Uttara. Uttara comes running to Krishna. Krishna, please protect my child. She is not asking Krishna, please give me Krishna Prema. She already has. And she wants more and more, but she also says that please protect my child, right? So, like sometimes circumstantially, a devotee may ask something from the Lord, but that need not put the devotee out of the realm of pure devotional service, practice of devotional service, as long as those desires are connected to Krishna. So ultimately, aim is to develop Krishna Prema and increase our Krishna consciousness. To get that, we may have to just get over a few things, right? So the immediate material circumstances may be a little intolerable. Krishna, please relieve this so that I can perform bhakti to you nicely. Okay. If a devotee out of helpless state, if he asks like that, Krishna doesn't penalize that devotee. That's fine. And even on the other hand, you see, akamaha sarvaka bhova moksha kama udaradhihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purushah param. Even if some devotee does not want to destroy his material difficulties so that he can take to bhakti nicely, somebody who comes to the Lord may have deliberate material desires. Still, go to the Lord only. Because Dhruva Maharaj had an ambitious desire to attain a position superior to the Lord, superior to Brahma. But the Lord protected him from all that material desires. So whether we have material desires or we don't have material desires, or we specifically desire liberation or anything else, better approach the Lord. Eventually, Lord will purify us of all the unwanted desires that we have. So stick to the lotus feet of the Lord, and sometimes circumstantially we may have to ask something. No problem. That ultimately we need to ask for Krishna prema, nothing else. But sometimes there may be so many obstacles on our path, so we may have to address them. We may seek help from the Lord humbly. Makes sense, Mataji? Hare Krishna. Any other question?
We have Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I am really, it is such a great direction you gave, because as a devotee, we stay confused sometimes. But what you said perfectly makes sense, that for immediate impairment, we can get over that hump and then we can go back to, our devotional service. So very, I am so grateful to you, so thankful to you for giving this clarity. Thanks.
I can see 2 hands more. Can we take that,
Yes.
Prabhuji? Sure.
Yes.
So
Kirtan.
thank you, Prabhuji. Gaurang Mataji, kindly unmute yourself.
Can you hear me, Prabhu?
Yes, I can hear.
So I had a question that if you said that when Prahlad Maharaj was like in his previous life, it was Narsimha Chaturdashi, but if it was in his previous life and before all the Narsimha Leela and everything happened, how did it do? How did
Good question. You came for some Gita class also, right? Kids class also. I remember seeing the name.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Okay. So Narsimha Dev appeared to kill Hiranyakashipu and protect Prahlad Maharaj now. How can Prahlad in his past life celebrate Narsimha Chaturdashi? That's the question. Narsimha Dev did not appear only once. Narsimha Dev is an eternal form of the Lord that stays eternally in the spiritual world, and he appeared several times, multiple times in this material world. Krishna also. It's not that Krishna appeared only 5,000 years back and before that nobody knew Krishna. It's not that Ram appeared in Treta Yuga, before that nobody knew Ram. So Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Vamana, Narasimha, Rama, Krishna, all these forms are eternal forms, and since time immemorial they have been performing their pastimes, and many devotees knew that also. And the Lord makes his appearance once again to protect devotees in different days of Brahma, different millenniums, like the different creations. Okay, Prabhu. Kirtanya Gaura.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Next,
Krishna
last question.
Mataji. Sure. Sure,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
India.
Prabhuji, very nice class, Prabhuji. Every day, Prabhuji, we do Narsimha Kirtan at home, and we also believe that Narsimha Dev is always there to protect us. I also teach my child Narsimha is there even in the walls, looking at you, protecting you. But still, he is afraid to go alone in the darkness, Prabhuji. Even as a child, I believe we are all also afraid to go in the darkness. Why is like that, Prabhuji? What can I
That's
say and what
okay.
can I teach?
That's okay. They may be afraid to go alone in darkness. Or to speak of 5-year-old child, Krishiva, even elder people also, 50-year-old people also become afraid. 25-year-old man also gets afraid. That's okay. We cannot become pure devotee overnight. We cannot become totally oblivious to material circumstances overnight. As we are just walking on the street, suddenly a dog barks. Narsimha is there, nothing will happen to me, let me move ahead. No, we have to just stay aside to protect ourselves from that barking dog. It may come and bite us. So the Lord also has given us some intelligence to protect ourselves. So even when we protect our bodies or our properties or our things, with God-given intelligence, credit still goes to the Lord only. So depending on the Lord does not mean being irresponsible to protect ourselves on our own. So we need to do the needful to protect ourselves while depending on the Lord. So the Lord has already given us some abilities to counteract certain reversals in material life. So let us use those God-given abilities, resources, time, energy, intelligence, physical strength to protect ourselves, and let us not try to become prematurely transcendental. Okay, so yes, and especially children, they're very small, and when they become afraid of darkness, naturally, there's nothing wrong about it. There's nothing to worry about it. Okay, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu. I mean, anything to teach them, Prabhu, like don't get afraid like that.
Yeah, you can ask them to remember some prayers of Prahlad Maharaj and all that. See, if the fear is really undue and unusual, and it's more like on a other kind of disorder side, we have to take care of some medical, we have to go for some medical advice and all. But it is like natural fear that anybody can have, you should not worry about it so much. Right? So
Okay.
faith, one should have faith, but that faith is demonstrated while acknowledging one's external current material circumstances also. Right? Just because we have faith in the Lord, we know that everybody is a part and parcel of the Lord. That does not mean we go and embrace a tiger. So that will be the last embrace. So yes, we need to do the needful to protect ourselves externally with God-given abilities. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So we'll conclude.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for wonderfully answering all those questions. And we are very fortunate to have you here, Prabhuji. I request you to please keep on coming time to time and give us your divine association, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Vatsyakalpatarvishya Kripasindhuprayavacha Patidanam Pravinebhyo Vaishnavayanam Vaishnavam ki jai. His Grace Gaurang Darshan Prabhuji ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna.